bigger. Okay, I'm Kenny. Okay. My official name is Chi Wu. When I was in the United States, teaching at Texas Tech University, whenever I tell them, hey, my name is Chi Wu, I still couldn't remember Chinese name, you know. So let's take a look at it. Chicken. Ooh. Okay, so everybody remember chicken. Ooh. It was very interesting because one time I couldn't remember how long that student was. I was in Houston, and in the restaurants we were eating, and they're serving some strange food. And my daughter doesn't want to have it. So I tell my daughter, you have to have at least 3 bites, good mouthful bite, before you can say, I don't like it. Okay. The manager walked by and said, hey, that sounds like one of my teachers. He always told me that. I taught purchasing. No. When I was in the United States, I taught purchasing. I have students, American students, they go, oh, this food is weird. You Chinese eat weird things. So I then tell them, take at least 3 bites before you can actually say, I don't like it. Most of the time, we see something strange we're not familiar with, or some food we're not familiar with, we natural or intuitively we reject it because food is related to our life. It's a safety issue. It's a cultural issue. So, no, that was that. And then we started hugging and started calling back. He said, oh, I remember you. Oh, I was your student about 5 years ago. I was in your class. That was one of the most interesting class. You taught us how to eat dog meat, how to eat chicken gizzard, chicken feet, all kind of stuff. And you said, when you're eating chicken feet, stewed chicken feet, you're also learning anatomy. See, you have all kinds of bones of chicken feet. Okay, so I go back to Kenny Wu, and my academic training was actually in animal science. I was a cowboy at Donghai University for 3 years, working in the farm. And after I graduated, finished my service, I went to the United States to pursue my first degree in Master in Business Administration. So that's how I learned business. And then I realized, even though we're in animal science, we're in any kind of professional, once you reach to a point, what actually make you shine, to make you being promoted, is your business thinking, your strategic thinking, your problem solving skill. So I got my degree in an MBA. That was the early part in 1985. Wow. 36 years ago, I couldn't even imagine that. And after MBA, I still couldn't, I fell in love with animal science, so I worked in the animals, went back to animal science. One of the reasons I went back to animal science department was because at the time my girlfriend was at Texas Tech, and I was at Ross. That's about 6-hour drive, about 300 miles. And every weekend I have to drive about 6 hours to another town to meet her. I get tired of it. So I applied for Texas Tech for my second master degree in meat science. What does meat science mean? Which means we kill animal and eat them and evaluate how good their meat it is. So after I get finished my meat science master's, and my professor said, "Hey, Kenny, you've been here for 2 years. How about and kill many pigs? Now you're very proficient in killing and eating part. See how my belly gets?" So he asked me, "Would you like to advance your degree to kill some other animals?" I said, "So would you like to get into the doctoral study?" I said, "Fine." So I started working on my doctoral degree. I thought it would be just an extension of my master's degree. Oh no. I know some of you are graduate students working on your master's. Doctoral students, doctoral staff, faculty and students' expectation of doctoral students are way different from master's students. However, I kill many things. Besides pigs, I kill hundreds, if not thousands of pigs, cattle, lambs, and one of the most interesting animal I kill, is a bird. It's a big bird, female. I didn't get a chance to kill an ostrich, because we couldn't find an ostrich owner that is willing to let us to kill it. That's the bigger part, and small parts, rabbits, cats, all kind of stuff. So I got my degree. And there was an instance I got completely stressed out on the kill floor one day. So I decided I am not suitable for this field profession anymore, because after that incident in the kill force, I developed a kind of phobia on a mass amount of blood. So I dropped and started my own business, working as I serve and doing different things. I serve as project director to host Chinese delegates to visit our United States, to show them around and try to hook up some business. And then I worked in the city for a while, and finally I opened a restaurant and a Chinese. And we look at the market, we check the market, we realize, there are a lot of restaurants in town. One of the most popular entertainment in the town I stayed, that was about 250,000 in population, is to eat. When we look around, there are about 400 different kinds of restaurants. Majority is American casual dining, fast food, and some of the Oriental restaurant, Chinese restaurant, and there's only one Japanese restaurant. So I said, that looked like a market. So we opened a Japanese restaurant with teppanyaki, tempura, and sitting dining. And after that, after opening a restaurant myself, I've been a restaurant owner. And I ran it for about three years, and then I sold the restaurant. I didn't lose money, but it just too much time consuming. So I started teaching back to school. So we went back to my alma mater, Texas Tech University, to start teaching. And I taught, because my expertise in protein food, all kind of muscle food, everything you tell me about muscle, I can get it. And so I start teaching purchasing. When I teach purchasing, it is a requirement for the dietitian students. So every semester, we have 3 semesters per year. And every semester is full for about 100, 120 students. And one thing, everybody look at me and say, hey Kenny, you're Chinese. What's the best Chinese restaurant in town? Everybody asks me, so I tell them, there's no best Chinese restaurant in town. There are some Chinese themed American restaurant in town. If I really cook to you in authentic Chinese food, I have to close my door in about 2 weeks. But we're in business. We're looking for the market. What's market want? There's some dishes I serve, or the Chinese restaurant in my town come in and serve. We never see it in Taiwan or in mainland China. Well, there's a lot of food, a lot of dishes we serve in China and Taiwan. It will never happen in the United States because the customers, they're scared. As I said, ooh, what is that? Looks strange. So this is how I getting into hospitality industry. And then when the dot-com come in 1999, one of my students asked me, "Hey Kenny, can we open an online service selling cars? Would that be a possibility?" Yeah. Because in 1998, Al Gore just declares open internet. So we think, wow, that's a tremendous opportunity. So we opened online. I was at Exposures or an online company called iwannacar.com. And I was the first to think about online, offline, because at the time everybody said, you just get online, people will run to your restaurant. Run to your place and buy a car. Oh no, trust me. When we do the marketing, there are what we call high involvement product versus low involvement product. It depends on how much time you want to do the research and check the variation or check the quality of the product. For example, some of you having breakfast now. How much time you spend in deciding, I'm gonna have a wonderful breakfast. So spend 2 hours to think about your breakfast. How many of you do that? No.
Sure. Just take about 1 minute to
1 minute is too long, right? You go by, you look at, hey, I like that one. So more as impulse buying, right?
True.
Okay? No. So, but when you are planning for an excellent birthday party for your partner, how much time you will spend in planning?
Maybe a week.
A week? 2 weeks? No, for those of you ladies, if you're starting planning your wedding, how long it will take you to plan? Right?
Yeah.
That's what we call high involvement. We have to do study. We want it to be perfect. But for those things, if you fail, so what? Next time I won't go to this shop. That's it. There's not much loss. This is what we call low involvement product. Buying car is a high involvement product. So that's how I decided. So we started an online offline in 1999. And I just realized the other day I was looking for this car. You can also check iwannacar.com incorporated, I love it. You can see my application incorporated, the documentation for incorporation. I was surprised it's still there. And I checked my Tokyo Japanese restaurant also started. It closed last year because of the pandemic, but it has been there for a very long time. So I went back to my alma mater, Texas Tech, to start teaching, starting as a data analyst and start teaching. And after many, many years of teaching in the United States, there was one incident I decided, I need to come back. One of the wonderful graduate students we had from Taiwan passed away. At the last semester before his defense final exhibition, because he is getting a degree in MF, a Master of Fine Art, so he has to do a display and design the lighting for the theater and pass away. Any questions about me? So I decided to come back to Taiwan in 2008 and start teaching at National Kaohsiung University of Science and Technology, and eventually merged into the National Kaohsiung University of Science and Technology. So that's about me. Any question, comments, complaint? What's our topic today? What is your class name? What is this course? The official name of this course? Introduction to Marine Business, isn't it? Commerce. Yeah, in the introduction. And why am I here? Why am I here? Okay, one of the commerce is human. All the commerce, all the exchange begins with human, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you all have names, so I can call names. Sandy, Mandy, Jenny, Jason, Stephen, Grace, Amber, Tracy, Hannah, okay, Andy, and Owen. Wonderful name. Did you call did you name yourself for the Christian name yourself, or somebody named for you? Anybody? Grace? Did you name it? You just pick a one. Oh, I like Grace. Oh, yes, you do. You're lucky. So Tracy, what about you?
This is how I just want to make, because I came from Vietnam.
Vietnam.
So
Okay.
my Vietnamese name is kind of hard to pronounce.
Uh-huh.
I just want my foreign friend and professor can know
Easier
my
to know your name.
Yeah, so I picked this one.
Okay.
It's kind of short for my name, my Vietnamese name.
Okay. Similar?
Not so similar, but it's sound related.
And Hannah?
The same with TC because my Vietnamese name also, the first two were HA.
Oh, okay. Is
And
your
I really like this one because the meaning of the name, and also you can see it has the word,
uh-huh.
so you can see it both sides, so it's the same.
Yeah, okay. It's a symmetrical, yes, okay. And Jenny, what do you pick Jenny? Like, see, if you transfer K, that would be my name, right? What do you call your Jenny?
I just put my name from English there.
Liz. Why don't you start it with A? Abby, excellent name too. Like Amber is the name, right? So Amber, you like color, Amber? Because of the color?
No, it's my long baby.
Oh, excellent. Sandy, have you seen you before? Last year? No. Okay, no. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so you picked the name yourself?
The name is followed by kindergarten teacher.
Oh, okay. So wow, your English experience is very long. Like for 15 years? What status are you now? No, your status, college status. Freshman, sophomore? Sophomore. Okay. And Jason, what do you call yourself, Jason? You like then your family's name? Chinese name. Your Chinese name is Jason? Okay. Oh, that's a good Chinese name. Okay, Sage would be a good one. S-A-G-E would be a good one too. Stephen, what do you pick your name?
Actually, I don't know why. I forgot.
You forgot? It's been a long time, isn't it? Okay, so you have that name for a very long time. Excellent. Grace. And Mandy, Why do you pick your name? Your father's? Abby? See? Your teacher named you? Okay. Mandy? Andy? Why did you pick your name yourself?
My parents gave it to me, but they told me it's because my last Chinese name is An. So,
okay.
So, for example, my sister is Ping, so she will be Penny.
Penny, okay.
Andy, yeah.
Andy, okay. And Owen, why do you pick your name?
Because when elementary school,
Elementary school.
the teacher give me.
You taught English? You teach English?
Yeah, in school.
You teach English in school?
But the teacher give
Oh,
me.
your teachers name you Ann Owens. Okay, so it's easy to manage. Well, my name Kenny was, when I was as a freshman, I was at Donghai University. And my professor doesn't know any Chinese, not English. We have, in Donghai, we have English 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. So 10 hours a week. And the professor doesn't know, it's always the third and fourth period, no, Monday through Friday. And the teacher is a newly graduated from Princeton. He doesn't know any Chinese. I only know his first name is Bob. I couldn't remember his last name. And he said, okay, I don't care what you think. I'm going to code you some English name. You pick one. So I was looking for it. A friend of mine from Kaohsiung said, hey, because my last name is Tang. So he said, I give you a wonderful name. It's Kenny. See? Just like Jenny. No? So this name, so I use it. And then I learned it is actually it's from Kenneth. Kenth. Kenneth. And Kenneth is a very popular farmer's name from Germany. So that's something I know. So name has a very important symbol. But at the moment, we don't care because as long as you like it, you're good. Well, today I'm going to share with you some briefly looking at the industry of hospitality and tourism and leisure industry. In a way, all these three are actually combined. Let's take a look. I've learned one thing recently. It's slightly different from the slides you have, and I apologize for that. I'll leave this version on the monitors of this computer if you're interested in getting this. Mostly it's alike, but I made a few differences, a revision. One thing I learned is, I'll be very honest with you, and I want to let you know, we will not learn anything just by taught by the professor. 教不会的，学生是教不会的。You cannot teach a student. You can bring a horse to the water, but if the horse doesn't want to drink, there's no use. The only thing that you can learn is after or before your professor shares something with you, and you review it, and you look at it. You take a habit to going back to look at it. Become a habit, then that becomes yours. This is something I have to tell everybody. This is something I remind myself. Students cannot be taught. They have to learn. You have to learn. The material I'm going to present it to you, you will forget half of them 1 hour after the class. And then, after 1 week, you will remember probably 1 or 2 slides. In 1 month, you remember, hey, I remember that funny Chinese guy, chicken what? So this is something because I do it myself, I knew that. I'm not a very good student, I was horrible students. You're wonderful students like you do. Okay. So I'd like to have you to get to starting thinking about what is tourism. And as I claim, everything is tourism. Everything is part of tourism, either as a destination or as a source of tourism. Okay. And we will explain the economic activity as in your course, Introduction to Maritime Commerce. Every commerce, we can extract part of it as tourism. And I'm hoping you can explain the system. That's if you forget everything or anything, that's okay. Remember the system, the element of the tourism system. Okay, and also I'd like to share with you the technology that actually affect not only on our daily life, but also on all the commerce as well as on tourism. It is a paradigm shift moment. In 2007, when smartphone get popular, it is one of the major paradigm shift. 1998, when internet get open, is a major paradigm shift moment, a turning point. Also, in 2000, the COVID that completely changed the operation, changed the concept of any business, including hospitality and tourism business. So remember that. We are very lucky. Oh, excuse me, you also have to mention, in 2001, the 911 incident also changed the whole world. It's a turning point. We call it turning point, or we call it paradigm shift. Because of such incidents, we're looking at the changes. Let's start with a video. This is my favorite video, so I have to share with you, and we discuss it.
Walt Disney World. These three words evoke images that most everyone has seen or experienced. A world of fantasy and make-believe. A complete escape from reality. And the most popular vacation destination on Earth.
Nothing's ever going to be like this, man.
Kids dream about it. The competition studies it. No one has been able to duplicate it. So what makes Walt Disney World number one?
Disney is
How many of you have been to Disney World? Anyone? In Shanghai, Hong Kong, Tokyo, United States? Taiwan, no,
United States.
United States, which one did you go? California or Florida?
I forget because it's been like 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you like it?
I think most time we are stay online waiting.
Well, that's one of the problems. Yeah, online waiting. Almost all the 2/3 of the time we wait and then takes about 3 minutes thrill, right?
Yes.
Okay, but why? Everybody still think. So excited. You were there?
yes, but in Vietnam we also have like a lot of roller coasters.
Theme park, just like that. How long you have to wait in Vietnam to get a roller coaster?
We have to wait we have to stand in line for 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Only 2 minutes, like sitting.
Yeah, but that 2 minutes is it gets you an adrenaline thrill. We also have a lot of roller coasters. Oh, that is, okay. Okay, I avoid that. We also have a lot of roller coasters here in Kaohsiung. Yida theme park. You have to go there and try. Where else? Oh, there's one you must try. Fly through called Ziwei at Boer. It is a smart it flies through. We'll go through that. It's one of the most important manufacturings in this. Okay, why is Disney World so popular? Hey, this place hosts 40 million people a year. No wonder you have to wait, right? Okay? 40 million, 100,000 people a day. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Why Disney World is so popular and it's starting changing, it is emerging all the time. It improves itself all the time. And it is an excellent marketing cycle. Why do I say marketing cycle? When you were young, when you were growing up, do you watch Disney Channel's cartoon? Right? So you get expectation to go to Disney World. And then you go to Disney World. How many of you have not seen Finding Nemo? How many of you have not seen Snow White? Or Let It Be, what was that? What was the name? Let It Be, the snow.
The snow. Elsa.
Elsa, yeah. How many of you have not seen that? Those are the marketing scheme for Disney. How many of you have not seen The Pirate of Caribbean? Do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful movie. See, it is a cycle. The Pirate of Caribbean, you like it, so you want to go to Disney World to watch, to have fun, to be part of the Pirate of Caribbean. And then you go back and see, and it is a cycle. Okay, let's take a look. So, there are a lot of familiar things. This is not the latest video, I have to admit. This is the video I recorded when I was in the United States, which is about 10 years ago. But still, the excitement is still there. Wow, and look at it.
Held to a higher standard because Disney holds itself to a much higher standard.
How do they keep people coming back?
The expectations of people who come to, I think, are probably higher than when they do anything else in their life.
What is the story behind the story of Walt Disney World?
Walt Disney World is definitely the #1 destination for tourism in the entire world.
4 theme parks, 2 water parks, and 18 resort hotels. 40 square miles of Central Florida, twice the size of Manhattan. It's every kid's fantasy, and adults spend millions to make it come true.
I think going to Walt Disney World has become a rite of passage for American children. And I think that once they get grown up and have their own children, that they're going to bring them back.
We came here just to enjoy the place as a family. There's a lot of time in our busy lives that we don't get to spend as a family.
I love Disney World. It's my favorite place.
We'll come back for years to come.
But is Walt Disney World just for kids?
It's the greatest place on earth. Every time you come to the hotels and they say, welcome home, it really feels like you're coming.
Okay. I love Disney World, excuse me. I love Disney World. It's my favorite. And I will be come back for the years to come. Why?
Because it reminds the childhood.
You remind your childhood, okay? So, the last thing before I stop the video, what did the custom describe? What did he say? welcome home. Right? Disney World just like your home. Home away from home. This is what hospitality and travel is. For the traveler, how we find a home away from our home. This is the service provider's dream. How can I define a place to provide a service that makes people feel I'm just right at home? So, what do we do at home? We do everything, right? So, what is tourism? What is travel? We do everything just like home, just away from my regular activity area. Okay, let's finish this video.
I'm from Indiana. We come down to Walt Disney World every single year. The Magic Kingdom was awesome. It was brilliant. It was something that was always dreamt of as a little child, and it made me believe that my dreams could all come true. It was brilliant.
I have a photograph of myself standing in October 1967, standing where we had cleared 100 acres for the Magic Kingdom, and we put a big yellow X where the castle was going to go. And that was all we'd done on the land.
Turning Florida's swampland into a Magic Kingdom was nothing short of a miracle. Thousands of construction workers labored day and night. It was one of the world's largest private construction projects.
He really did create a place where there was enough land, enough room for growth, that anything we could imagine could come up.
And with so much land, they were able to get creative. You won't notice it when you enter the park, but when you're in the Magic Kingdom, you're actually a full 14 feet above the ground. So, what's going on below the surface?
On the lower level, all the servicing is done and all the employees come to work and distribute out into the park, while the guests are on the upper level where, all the guest activities and the magic unfold.
The Magic Kingdom is the heart and soul of Walt Disney World. Modeled after 1955's original Disneyland in California, this was the very first outpost for Disney. Through the years, the Magic Kingdom has evolved and grown, adding a medley of rides and attractions, and is now reportedly the top dog in U.S. theme park attendance.
It's a magical place. I cry when I walk in. I cry when I leave. And every little bit of the child that still lives in me just breaks free.
Its design is unique. 7 themed lands radiate from a central hub. Adventureland, Frontierland, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, Main Street, Toontown, and Liberty Square. They seem random, but they're not. They were themed to promote Disney's films and TV shows.
On television, Uncle Walt showed every kid growing up in America the adventures of Davy Crockett in Frontierland and the adventures of the African lion for Adventureland.
Most theme park...
Okay, this is what we call, in terms of design.
Because this Disney World is so big, so this is called more as a hub and spoke design. Everybody going to the main entrance as the hub, and then based on their interest, they can go to 7 different themes. So this is what the Disney's design. So this is more as the transfer or the hallway, let's put it this way, of Disney World. And then it goes, this is one of the best way in terms of doing different things. So we call this hub, H-U-B, hub, the center. You go into the hub and then you route it to your destination. Okay.
Today follow Disney's hub and spokes design. Near the center stands one of the world's most recognizable icons, Cinderella Castle. At 189 feet, it can be seen for miles. How many stones did it take to build this princess palace? None. It may look like stone, but it's actually a massive steel and fiberglass. And what about the inside of the castle?
One thing that is interesting is there actually was going to be an apartment for Walt Disney and his family inside the castle. The room was built, but of course Walt Disney passed away before the Magic Kingdom opened, so it was used for many years by the telephone operators here at Walt Disney World.
In 2007, Disney's Imagineers climbed back upstairs and transformed the space into living quarters. They call it the Cinderella Castle Suite.
I would say the castle is an incredible mix of the essence of the 17th century, where we tried to hide all the 21st century, because we really want you to get the feeling that you're in a 17th century chateau in France.
The 650 square foot suite is equipped with a bedchamber, a bathroom, parlor, and one glass slipper.
I have a question. Every time I watch this movie or see the fairy tales in the West, okay, how many of you have heard or read Snow White? Have not heard of it? Snow White, Cinderella, the Princess and Peas? Okay, one question I have. In that the snow story, the ice story, why is the prince have to go far away to find his true love? Aren't there any fair lady, beautiful woman in his own country? Have you think about it? In a faraway place, a prince, a handsome prince with his lonely horse, right? Usually a white horse, and looking out to find his true love. Hey, he's a prince. He has population in his country, right? A population of men and women, right? Okay, let's take a break and think about it. Well, while we're looking at